he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Oh man, that's how you start a pod right there.
Corona, baby.
Oh Lord. All right. Thank you for watching the Habitual Line Steppers podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Garrett Langley Henson.
And I'm Terry and
And I have the corona.
Yo, we live, man. We out here together. Not 6 feet apart either.
No.
We're brothers.
We're getting closer every minute, in fact.
That's all you do. I'll get out the frame real quick. It's like, nah.
So we're back for our second half of our NBA predictions for the playoffs. We're going to cover Champions League final, NBA draft lottery. So we got a lot of good stuff for you. We're going to pick right off where we left, or pick up right where we left off.
Yeah, from the last time. Going
and talk about the Clippers and the Mavericks.
Did you post the Eastern Conference rank on the HLS podcast?
No, I'm posted tomorrow. Or probably tonight, actually.
Yeah?
I'll probably put them both up tonight.
So you can catch that maybe on what is it? Keep fucking it up.
www.thehlspod.com.
There you go.
There you go. And yeah, let's go. So we got the Clippers and Mavs.
Yep. 2-7.
2-7. We have the best offense in league history. Squaring off against the team that definitely has like the best collection of perimeter defenders in the league. Yeah. With Beverly and Paul George and Kawhi. They got people that call
Marcus Morris.
Yeah,
or
Marcus Morris.
What the fuck is his name? Mikhail? What's his name?
He sucks. Are you kidding?
His defense is straight though.
He's alright. All he can do is bring toughness and then stop the ball and take 12 bad shots a game.
Bet.
They just got him because they're like, we need somebody just like another person LeBron's size.
Yeah.
Just to take up 4 fouls in a fucking...
true. He fits their identity though. Like, the Clippers got an identity of just being like kind of a tough team. You know what I'm saying? Because Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Beverly, all
they already got tough dudes though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure...
Add another one.
I don't think there's any reason for him to play a single minute.
Who, Marcus Morris?
Yeah, in this match series.
That's wild.
He's
Who's
not
going to play?
player.
JaMychal Green or who?
Yeah, I like JaMychal Green a lot more than Marcus. I like him a lot more.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if it's Markieff or Marcus.
It's Markieff. He's on the Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus is the better one. He's the one who came from the Celtics.
Yeah. He wasn't good at the Celtics. Like, you never watched him at the Celtics. Celtics fans couldn't wait to get rid of this dude.
Hey, man.
He's got that like Melo in New York ball stopper shit where like every time he gets the ball, it's going up. Every time. It doesn't matter if it's a good shot, bad shot, whatever. If you pass him the ball, he's going to put that shit.
At least it's not a turnover.
I mean, catching off the back of the rim. Some of these long threes.
Get a rebound, bro. You'd be good to go. He's serviceable, bro. Is he above average?
No.
You think a lot of people suck, which is very,
average.
very fucking wild.
There's a reason he's not a starter. Or like in an 8-man rotation for a playoff team.
He's not supposed to be.
He's a below average player.
He is an 8-man rotation for one of the best teams in the NBA, the Clippers.
He shouldn't be. They should be playing JaMychal Green over him for sure.
Bro, so we're talking about the Clippers bench. Really the linchpin of the Mavericks, like best offense of all time shit is their bench, really. We said the Clippers got a good bench, but the Mavericks have an excellent bench. It's one of the best benches I've ever seen. That's why they score so much. Because when the starters come out of the game, and the bench come in the game, they don't lose the scoring. Like their defense is bad, but they still keep scoring.
JJ Barea is like a fucking ageless wonder, dude.
Is he?
Like,
he ain't playing. Is he playing? He ain't playing.
He's not on their backup point guard.
He's not on the team anymore.
What are you talking about?
It's Seth Curry.
Who runs their second unit?
JJ Barea is hurt or something. He's not playing.
He's not, bro.
I swear to God.
You're so stupid.
Look it up.
Oh my God.
He's not playing right now.
Yeah, he is. He's their backup point guard.
I swear to God, I haven't seen him on the court. Trey Burke. They got Trey Burke.
He must have been hurt.
Yeah. He's hurt like shit. I like Trey Burke.
He played most of the year. During the season, he's been phenomenal.
Isn't JJ Barea retired? Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's on the Mavs.
19 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Postseason, 0 minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, he
must be hurt.
He's out of here.
All right.
I don't like talking about him.
Seth Curry's a good player, though.
Nah, he's balling.
He's an excellent shooter. He's not as good of a passer as his brother.
So what's going on now is we're a little late on the preview, but the Clippers are up 2-1. They should be down 2-1, to be honest with you. that bogus ejection of Porzingis. But
Garbage.
Trey Burke is low key killing.
Who saw this shit coming?
Yeah, he's killing their backup. The Wizards fans
God.
didn't see this coming.
Fucking Wizards
The
fans.
Jazz fans didn't see this coming.
Knicks fans.
Hell no, I never saw that shit coming. I don't know, man.
He's playing good.
Rick Carlisle. It's a good system though to be a
Dude,
guard.
Rick Carlisle is a terrific coach.
Yeah, he's a good
He
coach.
is a terrific coach.
And he's got some players this year.
Who's that? Like, they have the highest scoring offense. You have to realize, like, this team is scoring more points a game than the Warriors did with Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And their third best player is probably like Maxi Kleber
Or Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not Steph Curry
Well,
or
It doesn't
Klay
really,
Thompson.
it doesn't surprise me too much that they're the highest scoring team in NBA history because all of those dudes are almost one-way players. I think the Kleber dude, he can play a little bit of defense. Like Lucas Kleber, he can play a little bit of D, but most of those dudes are all offensive one-way players, like all of them.
Yeah.
So that's the only way they're gonna win. They got to put up the points, or they're done. I mean, they're just a 7th seed. You know what I'm saying?
Dorian Finney-Smith is a good defender. I'll give
decent.
that.
Yeah, I forgot.
Michael
He's good.
Kidd Gilchrist is a good defender as well, but as everyone knows, his shot is so abhorrently broken that playing him in the playoffs is next to impossible.
Is he on the Mavs?
Yeah.
Oh, word. He doesn't play. He doesn't play.
No, they threw him on what's his face, Paul George for a little while.
Maybe like a little bit.
Yeah, but he's so bad at shooting that you really can't have him out there in the playoffs unless you're playing like him as the only non-shooter, and he'll probably like on offense play like a 5. It's like a pick and roll Tyson Chandler type of job.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way he could be remotely useful on offense.
Yeah.
He's never learned for players that have bad jump shots. Learn to be an excellent cutter off the ball.
Yeah.
Watch Jimmy Butler tape. Jimmy Butler is a terrific cutter when he doesn't have the ball. They'll run the fucking actions for him, like floppy and horns type stuff, where he's running baseline, coming up over the back of a screen, and people try to go over that pick, and he'll just back cut you right to the bucket.
Jimmy's nice with that.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
That's not that's not an easy thing. You have to be able to be like, you got to have a mind. Cutting is not some shit you're just like, oh, I'm about to cut. Like, nah. These motherfuckers don't know how to play basketball. Everybody came up in this AAU era, bro.
Yeah.
Especially these tall, black, 6'8" wings. They're probably just like dunking that shit all the time. They're like, yeah, I'm the best player ever. It doesn't matter.
I can't watch any of the like high school mixtape YouTube type shit because like none of it looks like basketball. It all is just like some 17-year-old kid crossing some dude up and then dunking on a white kid.
I mean, that's an underlying problem with what's going on with basketball. But besides that, who you got in the series, though?
I got Clip City, Chip City, baby.
6 or 5? They're up 2-1 right now. But before, if you didn't see any of the games, what would you have thought? Because they swept them in the regular season.
If I didn't see any of the games, I would have said 5.
You would have said 5?
Yeah, I would have given Luka a game. Like you said, the Mavs just don't play defense, and they don't have two-way players.
Yeah,
and they're also not like big enough. I think because people always talk about how big the Lakers are, but the Clippers are kind of big too, and they can throw out some big lineups that can still have some ball handling and hurt you.
Yeah,
I don't know who Trey Burke is going to guard. I don't know who Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to guard. Well, I don't know who Seth Curry is going to guard.
If you notice, just in the games, like they really only put Trey Burke in when there's a definitive point guard, like either Reggie Jackson or Patrick Beverley, like whoever's in the game. Yeah, he's playing okay too. But I mean, the Mavs are deep. The Clips are deep. I would say if I didn't see anything, I would have said Clippers in 6 probably. But watching it before the Luka injury, I would have said Mavs in 6.
You would have said Mavs?
They are dominating them, bro. They should be up 2-1, swear to God. Yeah. It's like the first game, I swear the NBA, like Adam Silver called up. He was like, yeah, get rid of that 7-3 motherfucker. He's balling way too hard.
Bro.
he had like 20-something points.
You guys gave him away for a pack of peanuts and Kevin Knox.
Hey, look, when your owner is semi-retarded, you can't, nobody want to play for him, bro.
Sell the team, Dolan. Yeah. Sell the team!
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go 7. I want to say the Mavs would win, but Don just got hurt.
Yeah.
So I would just say the Clippers take it away.
I'm going to say Clips in 6. I would have said in 5 originally, just because of this disparity on the defensive end. Kawhi Leonard kind of like needs time to get warmed up. Once he gets going, dude,
he's cooking though. They so pretty much their best wing defenders, they can't guard him. He's having his way. He's having his way with Clavert. He's having his way with Finney Smith.
Fuck yeah. He
it
better.
Is what it is.
He better.
I mean, Claver's like 6'10" though.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the foot speed to stay with Kawhi.
Nah, he's there though, right? So when he's defending him, he's there. Yeah. His vertical is shit.
Nah.
Yeah. Every time Kawhi goes up for a shot,
he's just stand on a chair.
He's doing the shit. Look, Claver's doing like the Shane Battier shit, trying to put his hand in his face. And Kawhi's just like, ow. I don't know why. But that shit is Clip City, Chip City. I don't think they're going to the championship, but they're definitely going to win this fucking first round. The Mavs ain't making it easy though, but
I got the Clips coming out of this one as well, man.
And PSA to Paul George, bro, where you at, man? This motherfucker is playing like shit. If he keeps playing like this,
you must not have heard about Playoff P.
Yeah, I heard about him.
You must not know about Playoff P.
We ain't worried about him.
Who came in number 2 in my worst NBA nicknames rankings. Playoff P. Only topped by Andrew Maple Jordan Wiggins.
Hey, in the words of Melo. Oh, that's what they're calling him now. All right, okay.
Oh my lord!
Get out of here, man.
Playoff P.
He's smelling like trash. Trying to put that ice on his shoulder in the post-interview game.
Did you see the shit that he said? He was like, "I'm not James Harden, and the only thing I do is come out here and score. So like when my shot isn't falling, I can't let that affect my game, and I can still come out here and be disruptive defensively and all this other shit."
Nah, you know who else?
Nah, you're not James Harden. James Harden is way better than you, Paul George.
Yeah. So
I'd much rather have James Harden.
You know who else made excuses when it was time to win? And they fucked up hard? LeBron James when they lost to the Mavs. Oh, you think basketball is just one side of the court? No. There's two sides, and you sucked completely on the one that's most important.
You got D the fuck up by Deshaun Stevenson.
PG, Paul George, listen. The game, I know you play offense and defense. It's not 50-50, though. It's 75-25, bro. Nobody gives a fuck if you're not good at fucking defense. If you're nice at offense, you're going to play.
Yeah.
In the NBA.
Trae Young. Trae Young is the worst defensive player in the entire league.
He's short
by
as shit.
A significant margin. Yeah. And his effort is so poor.
Mm-hmm.
His effort is so poor.
This is true.
But he still has a positive net rating.
Yeah.
Because he's putting up 30 a game.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing to do in the NBA is score.
Yeah.
And especially in the playoffs when, the games get tighter and they're more physical and it's more of like a half-court game and less of a up-and-down type of game. And now you have to do everything in less space with more physicality.
Yeah.
So a premium will always be put on score.
Scores are going to score.
Yeah.
Like, Kawhi can't stop people. He can make it hard for you, but he can't just shut you down. You still
tell that to Giannis. He shut Giannis the fuck down.
Hey, Giannis still got 28 points.
Yeah,
it was on 25 shots.
That's it. And that's the same shit he did to LeBron in the finals.
Yeah.
You might get your counting stats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but if you're taking all these shots to get there, that's what we want.
PG knows. Great offense beats great defense. Ask Damian Lillard about that, too. When he splashed his ass from 40 feet.
That was a bad shot.
This dude's a walking excuse. You have more excuses than LeBron James, dude. Come on.
Dude, and let's have a little mini referendum on Playoffs P career real quick. Mr. Playoff P.
Talk about it.
Went to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years in a row. And in a conference that's probably the worst it's been in 40 years.
It was garbage.
Derrick Rose tears his ACL. The only team, or Dwight Howard is off becoming a transsexual somewhere.
He was in Houston or LA or something like that.
Right.
The Celtics were getting old.
The Celtics had fallen off.
Yeah.
Or I think they were Nets by that time.
They might have
been. What I mean? I'm pretty sure they're already traded there. Basically, the Eastern Conference is terrible.
Yeah.
It is not an achievement to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and then get waxed by LeBron 3 years in a row.
No.
Because you beat fucking Orlando and all these other scrub teams to get there.
You beat the Knicks. You beat the
Hawks.
The best Knicks team in fucking 50 years. Fuck out of here, man.
Right. So okay, so playoff P, he does that, beats a bunch of garbage teams, and then gets waxed by LeBron.
Yeah.
Then he goes to the Western Conference. See what life is really like in the NBA.
Oh,
what
okay,
happened
with the OKC?
Yup, first round exit.
First
round exit.
Game 7, Utah versus OKC. Was it even Game 7 when they got their shit waxed? Yeah, Melo played like shit.
Yep, Donovan Mitchell.
Paul George
waxed him. Fucking Joe Ingles gave Paul George the biz-ass, bro.
Paul George played like complete ass. I want to say he had maybe like 11 points or like 13 points, and he was like 2 for 8 from 3 or some shit.
Joe Ingles lit him the fuck up.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to hear nothing from Paul George, bro. If he plays like that, the Clippers can't win.
So, has he ever had an impressive playoff victory?
He'd probably no.
No.
Most likely no.
All right, playoff B.
Yeah, okay. he sucks. Well, we got Clips though. Clips are gonna win. We got it. We see you. If the Mavs win, I wouldn't be surprised though. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
If they do win, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I think Luka is really starting to like build his case as
he's really fucking
top 5 player.
I
didn't see this. Next up.
I didn't see this coming, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I did not.
Unfortunately, I did, which is why I started drinking immediately when we drafted him and traded for Trae Young.
Yeah.
I don't know why we always shoot ourselves in the foot, but
I don't know, man. Who's to say, bro?
Fucking Marvin Williams. Then like this next thing, Josh Childress.
You drafted a 6-man.
Fuck. All right, I don't want to talk about this anymore, man. This is gonna be upset.
So we got Clips. We can move on to the next series, which is the 3-6, which is
Houston and OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a trash series. And it's completely spoiled by injuries and Dennis Schroeder's fucking kid.
He was also hurt.
He missed the bubble because his wife is pregnant, and he didn't want to have any type of.
He was hurt before too.
Yeah,
and he had to make a little comeback.
But he should be back for Game 3, I believe.
Yeah, he should be. Hopefully.
The 3-guard lineup of Schroeder, Paul, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was like the best 3-man lineup in the league. And that's how they were closing games in the fourth quarter. With 3 point guards on the floor. Yeah. And the space and quickness that it had was giving people a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of like the best arrow in their quiver, so to speak.
Yeah, sure.
And that's now been taken out. So they kind of feel like a shark with no teeth a little bit at this point. They don't feel dangerous to me at all. Their best defender, who is supposed to be guarding Harden the entire series and is a pretty good matchup for him, Lou Dort, has been hurt. Yeah. For those of you who do not know Dort, he's an absolute fucking brick shithouse of a man. Built in the same mold as Marcus Smart is how you describe him. Yeah. He can guard 3 positions. Doesn't give up. James Harden is deceptively strong.
He's strong.
He's a strong player.
They get
Dort
away.
is not going to be.
Nah.
That's a good matchup. And so not having him to guard Harden, who's the biggest scoring threat in the league, is. It's hard to measure what a big loss that is.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, OKC, cute little story. It's a cute little story, but we already know what's going down. They're not going to win shit. CP3, you ain't winning shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got.
I just hate it for him, man. I hate it for him. I really admire CP3.
You like CP3?
I like him, and I think he's one of the 5 best point guards of all time. And when we look back at his career, we're gonna say what happened. He could never get past the second round.
He's gonna be like John Stockton type of shit.
No, at least John Stockton went to the fucking finals.
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be more like Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, his best chance was when they were against the Warriors, but then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Wait, he tore his hamstring or quad or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
He fucked it up. Then also when he was with
Hornets.
Nah, when was the year when he broke his hand? When he was with the Clippers.
Yeah.
They had a chance to go that time too, and he broke his hand.
And then they had the series that they should have won over the Rockets, where Josh Smith and Corey Brewer hit 25 threes.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And they lost that series.
That's the worst one.
They possibly
James
could have won
Harden
the
wasn't
finals that year.
James Harden wasn't even playing. Bro.
Yeah.
That shit.
He was on the bench, and Josh Smith and what's his face from Florida.
Ronnie.
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
Corey Brewer.
Oh yeah, Corey Brewer.
Yeah.
Ronnie Brewer.
Yeah. Another guy who
Yeah.
can't shoot.
That's one of the biggest anomaly games in NBA history. Was
Yeah.
that game?
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous game.
Which is like a whole swing point
Yeah.
for like the rest of the
Yeah.
NBA.
But
when you look back at the Clippers at that time, having prime Blake Griffin,
Lob City,
who was an MVP candidate that year,
DeAndre Jordan,
Defensive
defensive player candidate, that
JJ
year.
Redick,
Great shooter.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Matt Barnes. They had some tough defensive wings.
they had a
Six
solid
man.
squad.
Had Jamal Crawford, six
Yeah.
man. It was a good team. I mean, look,
They blew it.
CP, it ain't happening this year. So regular season, I think Rockets were up on them in the series. I believe it was 3-1 Rockets maybe or some
Yeah.
shit like that. But all those games was when Clint Capella was there. So without Clint Capella, the Rockets are going against CP3, and CP3 ain't got Clint Capella to pick on when they do all those fucking pick and rolls.
Yeah.
And Houston switches all of them and
Yeah.
shit. And this is exactly why, without Russell Westbrook, OKC is down 2-0. CP3's not looking good. He's looking like shit. They switch everything and there's a guard on him. He's not quick enough to beat any of those guards. He can't beat James Harden. He can't beat BJ Tucker. He can't even beat Jeff Green on a one-on-one right now. My man is looking old for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I mean, he's never been the most athletic guy.
But he was
You know what
quicker
I mean?
than Jeff Green.
Yeah.
He can't even drive by
Yeah.
Jeff Green. This shit is surprising to me to see that they kind of don't even look like a good basketball team anymore. They kind of look like shit. In the defense though, Houston kind of went back to being the same team that they used to be because Westbrook is hurt, and they're just going back to James Harden, cooking.
Yeah.
And they look good. They look fucking great.
And they got Gordon back, who's kind of replaced Westbrook's production a little bit.
Very important player to be back. He can shoot the lights out. He can shoot from 30. You have to stay on him or he's going to knock it down. He's a great fucking player.
And Austin Rivers has continued his improvement. He had a 41-point game in the bubble.
Yeah.
And he's a dude that, like, in a playoff series, he can have a game where he has 28 points and hits 6 threes. That swings a game for you.
That's aggressive.
That can
I wouldn't quite say that, but I know.
It's not outside of the realm of possibility, though.
I would say I definitely know that in a stretch, he can get me about 10 to 15, like if he's hot.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say he's going to give me 28
incisive. Come off the bench and give me 8 1/4.
Yeah.
And then
he can get hot, and then he's like, oh,
start a run, and then
you got to think about it. He's at the crib, bro. He's from Orlando.
Yeah.
Or he's from that Florida area. So he's pretty comfortable playing on those courts. He said he used to play AAU ball there all the time, so he's cool there.
We should have played at some of those courts in
in Orlando.
Yeah. They're in the same complex.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're
True. Backstory.
But the Thunder is kind of like land of misfit toys at this point.
Gallinari.
You know what I mean? Gallinari is a nice player, but not it's not the right fit if you're going to be trying to win a championship.
Nah,
he needs to be like a bench player for a championship team if he wants to like maximize his success.
Do you think
he's too poor defensively to stay on the floor in the playoffs for 25 plus
You think
minutes.
he's like in the wrong era because he's like so slow? You think he could have been more like a Kukoc type, like back in the 90s type of shit?
Honestly, I'm not.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think he was still good. I think like
he's straight.
More than anything, he got fucked by injuries. Not the era.
So that's
you know
his,
what I mean?
Maybe that's his thing though. So like when the NBA decided to extend the season, make it a little longer, but not have as many back-to-backs, you could tell that his games played went from like 54 up to about like 70 or whatever. Because he's just prone to injuries. Like when you don't play a lot of back-to-backs in 4 games and 6 nights and shit like that,
you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, but I mean he's looking good now.
Yeah, he's good.
He gives you points, but he gives you nothing else but just points. Much, for me.
Yeah,
he's good, but
and he gives you spacing.
And I honestly,
which is also important.
Motherfucker, y'all know that I'm a Knicks fan if nobody knew. I didn't want him to leave New York.
He played great in New York.
Yeah, I didn't want him to leave when they traded him.
He was very promising as a young player at the time he was traded, and unfortunately, injuries have derailed his career.
That is what it is.
He was a borderline all-star last year.
He was nice. He was nice.
I think a lot of people voted for him to make the team. Ultimately, he fell just short.
That is what it is.
He's a good player, but you know when the second best player on your team is Danilo Gallinari, like. You're not getting out of the first round.
You shouldn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah. So it was a credit to that 3-man lineup. Yeah. It was a credit to Chris Paul, who's been awesome all year, and it really just pains me to see. This is such a bad matchup. Yeah. And not having Dort again hurts so much.
Good defender.
And I would have loved to see the Chris Paul Russell Westbrook head to head because I know they don't like each other. Yeah, true. And Chris Paul is a much smarter player than Russell Westbrook, and I feel like he'd be able to bait him into a lot of poor decisions.
Bro, even the OKC fans who probably hated CP3 before, they were like, oh, like after watching CP3 play, they're just like, oh, this is how you run a basketball team? Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. This is nice.
He's so smart, dude. Like,
he's way better.
He's 5'10", 5'11", maybe, and like he shuts down shit in like transition against like his patented fucking like have his arms up here or whatever in transition and wait till you have the 2-on-1 and drop him down real quick when you try to make the bounce pass to the other person. He catches people with that shit all the time.
He's savvy. North Carolina bred and born. I fuck with him, but OKC, they just don't got it this year.
They've been a lot of chatter about him being traded to the Knicks.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't. Who cares, bro? The Knicks are fucking trash. They can get whoever the fuck they want. Nothing's gonna happen. Don't make me sad, motherfucker. We're talking about some other shit.
Bringing up the Knicks for no reason. I do it just to torture you.
So anyway, Clips, Rockets is basically no one on OKC can stop James Harden. Not even Schroeder. So
Schroeder,
I see sweep.
No chance. Schroeder's way too.
Regular season, he actually played decent D on that.
Yeah, but regular season playoffs are different. He's too skinny to guard James Harden. He's too
not big enough. Shit. James Harden is on another level right now, man. Mm-hmm. This bubble Harden is nice. Motherfuckers ain't looking at him, but he is balling.
Well, the thing is,
everybody keeps forgetting because he averages like high points per game, but these 2 games versus OKC, efficient.
But you have to remember, he always plays good at the beginning of first series. He always plays good in games 1 and game 2s and has big games, and then he falls the fuck out in his
cardio shit.
Yeah, remember this has been the story for seasons. Is that like we gotta play? He's burning himself out too much. There's too much ISO, and then he doesn't have his legs for game 6 and 7.
When your boy
so I knew he was gonna go off in game 1. Like that's not surprising.
Game 2 too.
Yeah.
Who kills their players more, D'Antoni or Thibodeau?
Tibbs.
You think so? Yeah. D'Antoni's been playing. His 2 guards always play like 40 fucking minutes. Like, you don't have anyone to play 10, 12 fucking minutes, bro. Let them fucking have a break. He's like, we're up 50. I don't give a fuck. Run that offense. What the fuck are we doing here?
There's a time and a place for everything.
This guy's crazy, bro.
I do think that if Taj Gibson was 70 years old, Tom Thibodeau was still playing 46 minutes a game.
Probably. Yo, honestly, I'm more to swing the D'Antoni way of killing his players because if D-Rose didn't tear his ACL, I would think D'Antoni plays his players way more than fucking Thibodeau does. I swear to God. At least the guards. Mm-hmm. He loves doing like a 7-man rotation and that's it.
Dude, so does Tibbs. Like, fucking real tight.
Tibbs might do like 6. This motherfucker had
Jimmy Butler
playing like 48 games.
Yeah, for 48
minutes a game. And OT and shit. Like, I'm like, golly. Anyways, look, this is a sweep.
And people wonder why the Timberwolves suck. You're playing Andrew Wiggins 45 minutes a game. What do you think is going to happen? He's not good.
Yeah, he's a perfect example of a per 36 type of motherfucker. He needs to play about 28 minutes. And we're good to go. We're good to go in that Wiggins thing. Because he'll fucking just zone out. He's like, are we still playing this basketball game? I thought it was over like 30 minutes ago. We're done?
There are like 8 to 10 minute periods where like you forget that he's on the court.
Yeah, you don't want that. I'd be the 3rd best player on the team. You don't want that.
Number 1 overall pick.
He's
paying him $250 million.
Here's the thing about Wiggins though, like if you watch Wiggins highlights, you're like, holy shit, this dude can be a fucking star. But if you watch like Wiggins lowlights, you're like, holy shit,
what's wrong with this guy?
This guy's the worst player in the NBA.
Oh my God,
he's just really bad. His decision making is just.
That's what concerns me so much about Anthony Edwards, who's the number one prospect in the draft or whatever.
We'll talk about that later, but
he has a lot of that same Wiggins shit though, where like the highs look real nice, but the lows you're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
We don't want to give too much away about the lottery, but
yeah,
Houston's
let's wrap this shit up, man.
Houston
let's get the brooms.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we were robbed of what could have been. Like, I was looking forward to this series. I wanted to see Dort on Harden. I wanted to see Chris Paul against Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like, they straight up replaced him 1 for 1, like for like.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like, you weren't getting it done, and so now we got Russ in your spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've been robbed of what could have been like a really dramatic, intriguing, engaging series. And now this series is not even interesting.
It's a wash.
It's not even
a wash. Let me tell you a secret though. I like the way Houston's playing.
Me too.
I really like the way these motherfuckers are balling.
Me too.
The big man, he's done. We don't give a fuck about him. Houston's looking good.
You're right.
Countdown.
I do think
Houston, we don't have a problem.
I think
we have a solution. It's time to ball, baby. These motherfuckers are looking good, dude. They look really good.
They are. But
I want to see him with Westbrook because he can't shoot. But this team is looking good, man. It's just the first round. Don't get too excited, Terry. Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited, Terry. And also remember, like,
blow, though.
A big degree of their success is because they play unlike any other team in the NBA. Yeah. So that catches people off guard. Yeah. Over the course of a 7-game series against better teams, they're gonna adjust. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get used to what you like to do. Also, you gotta remember that, like you're saying, the age of the big men is done and everything. Mm-hmm. The guys that they're playing against are still big men. And how long can your body take the pounding of getting pushed around by a person who's way bigger than you?
That's why the Robert Covington trade, was good, and then them acquiring Jeff Green also was really good because they look really good with them, and they give them like a different type of like fast, quick pace, big man type shit that can stretch out and shoot, but they're not great shooters. Right. Covington is a good shooter; he's above average. But Jeff Green isn't great. But
I'm telling you what, man.
They don't turn the ball over.
Drink as much of that Jeff Green Kool-Aid as you want.
I know.
At the end of the day, the more minutes you end up giving to Jeff Green are minutes that are not going to help your team. He's the famous illusionist.
The big difference between older D'Antoni teams and like this team, they don't turn it over as much. It seemed like just these 2 games, as much as like a regular D'Antoni team does, or like even Harden does. He always averages like 3.9 turnovers. Yeah, you know,
well, just by virtue of having the ball in his hands for so many possessions.
The interesting part about Houston is like they're doing this, of course, you know, because he's not that good. Westbrook is not taking as many threes as he usually does, so it does make it different because he drives, or he's a smart cutter.
Since the restart, he's had the most amount of points in the game. Or sorry,
fourth quarter,
the largest. I can't speak. The most amount of points in the paint of any player, including big men. Drives. And Giannis, everything. No one scored more points in the paint than Russell.
That's what I'm saying. So that he gives them the different dynamic. He makes them a real contender. Like, he makes them a real contender. Just hard.
But the same way that he makes them a contender, like, it's the Russell Westbrook double-edged sword. Like, the same dude that can elevate your ceiling can also smash that same glass ceiling and have it come crashing down on you. And all it takes is some off-the-dribble pull-up threes.
It's that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type shit, or whatever you call it.
Yep.
That motherfucker, he's got it in him.
Yep.
He's got that shit in him.
He'll go stupid.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, the thing that's most concerning is, you know, it's a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals against LeBron. You think Russell Westbrook's going to be passing that ball up to James Harden for the final shot? I don't think so.
And I don't think so. So later on in his career, too, he's becoming a lot more injury prone, too. Yeah. Which kind of concerns me. You know, the older you get, the more you bang with
Thanks, Patrick Beverly.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But Russell Westbrook isn't the biggest concern for me on the Rockets going forward, as far as, like, I do think the Rockets are a absolutely legitimate title contender. Yeah. In a way that I didn't think of them most of the season until they did that Capella trade and turned into the Pocket Rockets.
Hey, what's your boy's name? GM again? I forget.
Daryl Morey.
That was a good fucking
swing
trade.
for the fences. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I said before.
Mhm.
That continues to be a concern for me is they put so much weight on the shoulders of PJ Tucker. And if anything happens to PJ Tucker, this whole house of cards falls completely down.
I don't know, man.
It's all dependent upon him.
I like Covington, bro.
I do too, but he can't do what Tucker can guarding these bigger dudes.
He's 6'8".
Yeah, but Tucker is strong, dude. He's much stronger than Covington.
I like
Covington can't guard centers.
I like the Jeff Green Covington shit though. Like them together, their production together.
Don't get too infatuated with this Jeff Green shit. I'm telling you, man. We've seen it before, over and over and over again.
Ask the Celtics what they saw when he beat them. I know they hated him when he was with them.
They drafted him, traded him away, traded for him again, and they got rid of him.
Yeah.
That lets you know everything you know about Jeff Green.
He's playing decent with them. I think this is the system for him, though. This shit is for him. He's playing really well with them. Because then they acquired him All-Star break, right? Or like after? Because he wasn't starting, right? He's playing really fucking well for them, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm not buying it. I've seen enough Jeff Green to know like the other shoe is going to drop.
Hey, this D'Antoni shit is different, bro. I'm telling you.
It's
not the same.
Jeff Green isn't different though. D'Antoni might be different. Jeff Green will always be the same.
No, so
he might have 30 points and look great in these first two games, but then you know a 0 for 11 is coming.
It may.
You know it's coming.
It may. I mean, here's the thing though. He's not like he. So basically, D'Antoni is saying when you're open, shoot the shit. If you're not open, don't force it.
Yeah.
And that's literally what he's doing. He's not just shooting threes. Like, he's just shooting the three when he's open. But most of the time, he's driving. And they're going so fast-paced. Like, he's just going at it. I mean, I know pace slows down when you get into the later rounds. You know, so we'll see. But I just like the way they look.
I think it's concerning that Jeff Green is playing so much.
I mean,
the more minutes that Jeff Green is playing on like your playoff team is like the least likely you have to make it to the NBA.
Hey, I mean, look,
there's a direct correlation between Jeff
Green.
Green's minutes. The more his minutes go up, the more your team's success goes down.
I hear you.
There's a sweet spot for him because he can do a little bit of everything, but not actually anything well.
True that.
You know what I mean? Can he play 11 minutes a game? Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you start getting up to like 20, 25, like you don't want to be in that range. Jeff Green shouldn't be on the court that much in the playoffs. He really shouldn't.
He's got me surprised right now. We'll see how it goes though. But
all right, let's switch it up.
Rockets hit him with the sweep.
Yeah,
they're getting sweep.
Warm it up.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Chris Paul just put the whole fucking team on his back and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just be like, "Hey, James Harden, fuck you." But it's probably not gonna happen.
He's too old.
And I like Steven Adams so much. They just have
Yeah.
I find myself just liking so many players on OKC. I just like their squad,
I like
individually, and it's not gonna come together.
Yeah,
it's not gonna come together.
So the last matchup, the most interesting kind of matchup, they've seen each other a lot, is the 4-5, which is Denver and Utah, dude.
Yep.
So what do you think about that? What's your analysis so far? It's 2-1 Jazz. Jazz have been looking crazy good.
You know, I was really really hurt by Bogdanovich's exit from the Jazz because I really thought that he was a key piece if they're going to really compete for a title.
That was a big loss.
The other issue I have with Utah is their lack of ball handling.
Yeah.
Besides Donovan Mitchell, there really isn't anyone who would.
Because Jordan Clarkson's not really a dribbler,
No,
he can get his own shot, but he's
And again, when I look at Utah, I see guys a team full of specialists who can only do one thing well, and that generally does not bode well for playoff success.
Yeah.
If you look at Donovan Mitchell, he's really the only complete player on the team.
His D is okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but he's still their best perimeter defender.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson can't do anything but score.
Joe Ingles can only guard Paul George.
Joe Ingles can only shoot and fuck
he
Paul
can
George.
only guard Paul
Joe
George.
Ingles is a good passer as well.
Yeah.
He's a decent secondary ball handler. So I'll give him that. But Gobert is
And now he's starting to do the thing
the Dwight Howard shit. Give me fucking post touches. Rudy Gobert, you are not a post player, dude.
He's big, man. Stop
trying to be Hakeem Olajuwon because you never will be, and it's inefficient and makes your team worse.
If you're above 6'8", I hate you.
The day the big man is over.
Rudy Gobert he is a great defender, right? He is the main problem why they lost game 1, though. And they adjusted it in 2 and 3. He wasn't so sagged off on the pick and rolls. They kind of fixed that problem. But that motherfucker, he be getting lazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets lazy, and this is why he gets so many shots blocked.
And also, this is part of a team that has young guards.
Yeah.
Is when you have more veteran guards, they understand the ebb and flow of the game more, and they recognize, like, when guys' efforts are waxing and waning, and you see, like, oh, I haven't gotten a big guy the ball in 6 possessions. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You start feeding these guys the ball early in games. Yeah. This is stuff that, like, veteran players understand that young players really don't. And they start playing better on both ends because they feel more engaged.
So, unlike Jazz teams before, there's a secret ingredient that's in there that wasn't there.
George Niang!
No.
Oh.
Mike Conley. Mike Conley, bro. He's that second ball handler we were talking about they missed. They got Mike Conley now. Yeah. He's a really good point guard. He's not turning it over. Yeah. That's the main thing.
He's played so much better smart in this bubble than he did in the regular season.
Yeah, I know. He looked
in the regular season, he was absolutely awful.
He looked like a corpse of himself.
And he
looked like Kyle Lowry game 1 versus Orlando Magic last year. He looked like shit. He looked really bad. But now he's looking all right. That birth of that new kid must have rejuvenated him.
But this is concerning.
What you got?
Let's look at this bench.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Jordan Clarkson.
And that's it.
Playing, pretty much. They played Moutier 10 minutes in a playoff game. Like,
Moutier!
This is not good. This is...
Hey, ask LeBron how he liked Jordan Clarkson. Because that motherfucker is horrible. Who the fuck is that? Who are you looking up?
Fucking Tony Bradley.
I don't know who that is.
I was like, Tony Bradley plays with him?
Is that Avery Bradley's brother? Who is that? Is that his cousin?
He's a rookie. I forgot he was even in the league. Who is this? Rashawn Tucker? Like, I don't even... This is what I'm saying. And I watch a lot of NBA.
You know basketball? I don't know who that
is. This is not good that these guys are playing 10 minutes in the playoffs. It's not. Now, I know they beat Denver.
Who's the backup center?
Handily. Huh?
I don't know who that is.
Huh?
What did you say? Who's the backup center for the Jazz? I said handily. I was like,
you thought that was a name? Bro?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Tony Bradley.
Yeah, no. Same old story with the Jazz. Please, Jazz, I beg you, don't win this series because you're not going to do shit in the second round. Like, it's going to be fucking awful. They're not going to do shit in the second round. Don't win this series. You're not going to do anything.
I don't want to see it. But they blew the Nuggets out. And then the Nuggets Nuggets have their own concerns as well. Michael Porter Jr. has looked completely lost on defense.
Defensively.
God damn, he has no instincts.
I know he can play defense. No, I've seen him play defense in high school, and I saw him play a little bit of D in college. You just give some fucking effort, bro. Like a smidget.
Dude, I think it's more like mental errors than effort, to be honest.
My man is...
He misses rotations. He's constantly out of place. Like, this is why Mike Malone had him on, like, a very small amount of minutes throughout the whole regular season.
Well,
rookies historically suck on defense.
The Nuggets never had a problem, scoring with people, staying in the game because they got a good team. Defensively, they got issues. Jokic is slow of feet. Jamal Murray is a horrible pick and roll defender.
Yeah.
And MPJ can't play any D. I don't think any of their other wings can play D like that either.
Torrey Craig is a good defender.
He's okay.
I like Monte Morris.
Will Barton.
I
think he's hurt. I don't even know if he's playing or not. I haven't even noticed him.
Yeah, Will Barton, he'll play.
And who's the other shooter? Harris, right? Gary Harris?
Yeah.
He's not a good defender either.
No, he's a great defender.
Is he though?
He's
getting cooked.
He's a really good defender.
Donovan Mitchell's cooking.
The problem is Gary Harris forgot how to shoot after shooting well in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
This season he's been absolutely. He can't buy a fucking bucket, dude.
All I gotta say is Donovan Mitchell's cooking him.
But at least people treat him as a dude who could shoot.
Yeah.
So you'll still, even if he's not making shots, you'll still get some of the benefit of his spacing because people still close out hard on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they won't do that for some of the other players.
Yeah.
I
can honestly say I don't even have much interesting about this series. Like, I like it.
I love watching the Nuggets play, dude. I love watching the Nuggets play.
You like big men.
Yeah.
You like those garbage motherfuckers.
I think it's officially time to say it, though. And it pains me to say this.
What it is.
Paul Millsap is washed.
Oh, yeah. We can easily say that. That's
Paul
easy.
Millsap is washed.
Paul Millsap. Anybody who came out of Atlanta, Paul Millsap.
God damn it. Why you gotta keep doing this shit to me?
Paul Millsap looks like shit.
So how you feel about that number 8 pick?
Al Horford looks like shit. We're not talking about
Since you want to bring my Hawks up, bro. All right, you want to talk about
I'm talking about your
whole
whole
pile on?
I'm talking about your whole city.
Bro.
It's over, dude.
Fuck you.
Who you
Fuck
got?
Chicago.
Who you
fuck
got?
New
Who you
York.
got in this series though?
Ultimately,
Jazz are looking
I'm gonna
way
take the
better than them
Jazz.
after they got Conley. They look a lot better.
I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
You gonna take the Nuggets?
Yeah. I'm
Word.
gonna take the Nuggets.
Okay. I want the
trust-
Nuggets to win.
I trust their team more.
I do.
Jokic is the best player in this whole series, and
I
I
look
think,
like it right now.
dude, we always like.
You sure about that?
There's
you
so
sure
much-
Donovan Mitchell's not the better
Yeah,
player?
I'm positive.
You sure?
Absolutely positive. No, not even same stratosphere. No fucking way.
Okay.
Do you see Donovan Mitchell fucking get his ass kicked in the fucking Olympics or whatever the shit was this summer?
When we got our shit rocked?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it.
Don't give me this fucking Donovan Mitchell shit.
And
He's not even an all-star.
People
He's never
know-
been an all-star.
He was an all-star last year.
No,
right?
he wasn't.
Or this
He's
year?
never been
This
an
year,
all-star.
no?
He's
He wasn't?
never been an all-star.
They didn't pick him?
Jokic is a fucking MVP candidate.
Yeah.
They're not on the same level. They're not on the same
And they're down
plateau.
2-1. They got their shit blown off last night, though.
Yeah. Millsap has got to start shooting better.
The Nuggets got to give me more than 87 points if you want to win a game.
That's deplorable.
You got to keep up with the Jazz. They
Dude,
can't play defense.
I'm not gonna
They
lie.
can score.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more Bol.
Yeah, why is he not playing?
He had 9 minutes and scored 11 points.
Why isn't he playing?
in the last match?
Can he not play defense on anybody?
And he's a dude who, like, on paper, stacks up well as somebody to frustrate Gobert. With that same amount of length as him.
Yeah.
He's more skilled than Gobert.
Yeah.
Certainly.
A lot of
You know what I
way
mean?
more skilled than
And
Gobert.
he's one of these dudes, like, he is a goofy looking jumper, just like Jaren Jackson Jr., but it goes in at, like, a high rate.
He can shoot.
And
He can shoot.
if you play him more as the stretch five, I think that's the key with Jokic and Bol. The more you get Gobert out of that paint and he's on the perimeter, that's when everything starts
Let
unlocking.
me tell you something about Gobert on the perimeter. He looks like a young baby giraffe.
Yo, you
Just
remember that
born.
shit where Steph turned him like inside? He did that little dance.
Oh
This
my god.
motherfucker turned around like 3 times.
Shooting star, boy, he was looking like,
Oh my lord.
tell you, bro, young baby giraffe legs, bro. Them shits is wobbly.
But that reminds me, while you also talked about Jokic and him being slow of foot and the Nuggets not being particularly encouraging on defense, one thing I do find encouraging for the Nuggets, even though it may be counterintuitive, is their defensive scheme is very aggressive. Which you wouldn't expect for a center with as limited mobility as Jokic.
Yeah.
Traditionally, in the past, Denver, when they had Jokic, would play like a similar type of system to where the Bucks play now, where they ask their center to drop back and pick and roll actions and sit in front of the rim.
Yeah.
Now, this season, they've been much more aggressive and have been blitzing pick and rolls. Jokic is all the way out there, like hedging on the perimeter and shit like that. Even though in theory you may not think that it might be the best idea because of his agility and dexterity, it's allowed him to be more engaged in the defense because he feels more of an active participant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just sitting there and waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
So I've actually been impressed with how they've played defense. And they have guys across the board who can guard.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic is a good defender. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad defender. He's just not great on, like, those switches.
He just
and
has
stuff
bad
like
foot
that.
speed.
Yeah, like,
But
they drive by him pretty easily.
But I'm much more concerned about Michael Porter Jr. on defense than I am about Jokic.
Yeah. But no,
Because at least Jokic knows where to be.
the thing with the Nuggets is, and I don't know, like, the whole stat line about, like, their defense as far as rotations, like when somebody gets beat on the drive. Like, they were just kind of letting the Jazz get really open threes. And that was mainly like the problem why they got blown out and why the Jazz scored 124 in the second game too.
Well, you know, if you can't stop dribble penetration, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more Jeremy Grant minutes.
Yeah, he should play. He should play a little more. He's a decent defender.
He's a good defender who can guard multiple positions and is a very athletic guy.
Yeah.
Who I think like his athleticism could start to cause Ingles some problems on the other end.
Yeah.
You know, if they try to take advantage of that action.
But I mean, so the Nuggets. Here's my problem. Game 1, Jazz score 125.
Yeah.
Game 2, Jazz score 124. Game 3, Jazz score 124.
I don't think it's sustainable. I don't see where they're going to get 125 points a game from.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell is not going to average 50 points a game.
I mean, I know that. I'm just saying, like, the Nuggets got to stop them from scoring. They can't stop the Jazz from scoring. They won't get past them if they can't stop them from scoring. Like, the defense is atrocious. It's like they're somebody new. Like, oh, you know what? I know why they ain't playing no D. Gobert and Mitchell, they had coronavirus. They want to stay 6 feet away. I get it.
Yeah, socially distancing.
I get
know
it.
what? They're very. This is a responsible,
third eye,
health conscious move.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They must have been taking
cues from James Harden
from a couple seasons ago.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. You guys want to stay safe? That's fine. Play with a mask on. Play some fucking defense.
You know what? Why even go to Orlando? If you guys are gonna fucking do this shit, like, I'm dead serious.
If you're gonna
you're not even gonna give a fuck and not even look committed, why get on the plane? Why even go down here to this bubble?
The Jazz, we can name 6 or 7 players that we know can score maybe 10 points, and you're letting them score 124.8 points a game in 3 games. Come on now,
bro. You think Rudy Gobert is gonna have 25 and 15 each game? Is that what you think is gonna happen,
bro? But
because I don't see that happen.
Look,
I don't think Mike Conley is going to have 27 a game.
No, this is the problem. Though.
I don't think George Niang is going to score 16.
This is the problem, though. They can't stop Mitchell from driving. They literally cannot stop him. They can't, bro. He's killing them. He made Joe Ingles look like one of the slowest people I've ever seen in my life. He hit him with a little blah blah jab.
He is right by Quicksilver though.
He is killing them.
He is very explosive.
The Jazz are making. I mean, the Nuggets are making Mitchell look like fucking Michael Jordan.
It looked like fucking Dwayne Wade in 05.
Shit, hey, he's making him look like Dame Lillard. Bubble Lillard before, a couple nights ago.
So ultimately, I got the Nugs in 7 for this one.
The way that I would have seen it, I would say Nuggets in 6. But after watching, we've seen 3 games now, and they can't stop the Jazz. Hopefully they can adjust. I got Jazz in 5, bro. It's looking bad.
No.
They got blown out by 35 last night almost.
It doesn't matter. They hit the reset button, man.
Game 2, they got blown out by 20.
Hit
Game 1 went to OT.
I'm still picking them. I don't care.
All
I'm still picking them. They missed Barton.
You keep falling in love with this Jokic motherfucker. We'll see what's going on.
I do love you. I love me some Nikola Jokic.
We'll see
He's the best passing big man in the history of the NBA.
I'd like to talk to Chris Webber and see what's going on.
First of all,
6'10". Power forward.
First of all, I can't believe you said Chris Webber over Sabonis.
I didn't want to.
Who is a much better passer than Chris Webber.
I was thinking Sabonis, but then my brain, I was like, Arvin, and I was like, no, Chris Webber.
Arvinus. What a weird name, by the way.
Arvinus Sabonis.
Yo, you got weird names. The whole Sabonis and Demontis and Arvinus.
That's some Serbian shit.
Was Gary taken?
I respect it, bro. Keep your roots.
Does he have like a third son?
Nah,
it's like Arvinus, Demontis, and Trent.
Hey, keep your roots, Serbia. I don't want y'all coming over here talking about Gary Sabonis like these fucking Indians. John Singh.
My name is Jawan Patel.
Yeah. Stay to your roots. I fuck with it. But look, hey, Mitchell's looking crazy, bro. He's looking crazy. And he's a first round killer, too. Ask Westbrook about that. He's a first round motherfucker.
Has playoff P about that one.
Playoff fucking P, man. But yeah, that's...
Alright, so yeah, you got the... See, the thing is, it's
the West in
the thing that gives me cause for pause that I keep going back to is the absence of Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
If Bogdanovich was healthy, I would have picked the Jazz in the series.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
because he gives him the 7. He gives him 7.
Mike Conley has blown hot and cold, and I've lost faith in him.
Yeah. He's looking good
after this season.
He's looking good with the bubble.
And I don't anticipate that Rudy Gobert is going to continue on putting up 25 and 15 on 11 of 13 shooting.
I anticipate it if they cannot stop him from driving. They can't stop Mitchell from driving. Gobert can only score if Mitchell goes with no one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's a 2-on-1. They're killing him on that. But so as far as we're looking at it, you're saying Lakers definitely. That's what we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
We got Lakers and they got the Clippers going through. Then you got
I got Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Rockets. And you got Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, Rockets.
Yeah. And if my heart really wanted it, I would say Mavs over Clips, but it ain't gonna happen.
The legend of Luka grows.
I know, right?
By the day. He's the white Larry Bird.
But that's a wrap on the Western Conference preview.
All right, yeah. So let's get right to our Champions League final talk.
Yeah.
We got Paris Saint-Germain against
PSG.
Bayern Munich in the final. We picked Bayern Munich, or I picked Bayern Munich to win the whole tournament. Yeah, we talked them earlier.
Really fucking good.
Before the Champions League resumed, they looked like the strongest team just on their form in Germany.
Too many advantages in Germany.
I will say one thing though.
What you got?
They should be fucking scared shitless of Mbappe.
Mm-hmm.
Boateng, Hummels, you guys.
Hummels didn't play last 2 games. I don't think he'll play in the final either. I'm telling you, they got David Alaba starting.
Yeah, they got Alaba playing. But that pace of Mbappe, man. It is searing. I wouldn't be surprised if they took Alphonso Davies.
He's playing on the left.
And they were like, dude, just man mark Mbappe.
I'd
be like, you stay inside his fucking back pocket like
Mbappe
you're sewn into his shorts.
Mbappe and Davies are going to play on the same side. Yeah. Mbappe plays on the right, Davies was on that left-hand
It's
side.
going to be fireworks. It's going to be fireworks. For people who don't know, these are the 2 fastest players in the world by some margin.
Davies
is going to be thrilling.
I think Davies has the top speed recorded this year, I believe, right? Of everybody.
Yeah, he broke
Mbappe
the record.
is, what, second or third? I don't think he was second. He might not have had a good sprint this year, but he's on the list. He's on the top.
But we all know how
fast
electric his pace is.
Yeah, that's...
and that could torment Bayern Munich, even though they like have the advantage.
Yeah.
And on paper, they're a more well-oiled machine.
Yeah, on paper.
Than PSG is. And I feel like when I think of Bayern Munich, I think of like a consummate team. And when I think of PSG, I think about like the superstars that like in decisive moments like come
up big.
You know what I mean?
They come up big.
So it's an interesting clash of styles.
Ah man, I want PSG to win this so bad.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Bayern Munich right now. And especially you shouldn't give a fuck after they destroyed your boys 8-2.
Honestly, I just want to see a good game. But I don't like
do.
Bayern Munich. I've never liked Bayern Munich.
Nah, never liked them?
No.
There's some shit?
I gotta say, though, I will applaud them for keeping it classy after humiliating Barcelona.
Nah.
They could have really done like some Cam Newton shit and like been out here celebrating in our face. And
sometimes
and all this type
sometimes
of
it's not fun when you destroy. Like, it's fun to be playing in it, but it's not fun because you know you're like humiliating them.
Yeah.
And it's not when you're like, if say I've definitely destroyed teams in my day, like I'm playing soccer, but like when you're playing against people and they're getting paid on the other team, it's just like, I feel sorry for you.
Like, I'm ruining your livelihood. Like, you might have to move to another country after this game.
And you,
as is the case for probably like 10
Barcelona
players.
Yeah, Barcelona is like one of the top teams in soccer history. You know, like
we can run into football. I fucks with the footy.
Nah.
I fucks with the footy.
I'm American to the heart, baby. Soccer. Fuck y'all motherfuckers over here. But yeah, I don't know, bro. It's interesting. Lewandowski's running on 14 goals. 3 goals away from Ronaldo's Champions League record.
Yeah, under talked about story from this 8-2 thrashing. Lewandowski was invisible.
He was chilling.
He was the only dude on Bayern Munich that didn't do shit all game. And he's their... People say he's their best player. I still think Thiago is their best player.
You love that Spanish soccer type of shit, though. I think Alphonso Davies is their best player.
This season, trajectory.
This season, he's been playing the best.
He's their most dangerous.
He's got the most dribbles in Germany.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking left back, dude.
Yeah.
84.
Yeah.
84 fucking dribbles. Dude's a beast. And he's good defensively. He's not one of those dudes that just attacks and doesn't get back.
Oh my God, he cooked Semedo on that shit on the touchline where he hit him with a little. Oh God!
He made Semedo look like he doesn't belong on the field. He did not belong on that field with that guy.
It was rough. It was.
Are they gonna sell him? That's not bad.
Dude, that was like some pickup soccer.
He looked
type of shit.
bad, bro.
He just.
I was like, you're making me look bad.
He just signed a new contract with us too.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh man.
But it's a. They played very differently. PSG is not a possession-based team. Bayern likes to keep a lot of possession. PSG is more counter-attacking. They got some fucking lurkers. Neymar made. You think Neymar made a good decision going to PSG instead of staying at Bayern Munich? That's a huge question everybody's talking about.
Barca?
Yeah. Yes, I mean Barcelona. He left Barcelona to go to PSG. He got that huge money to do it. But you think it was the right decision, right?
No.
PSG's in the final now. Barcelona looks like shit.
He left Barcelona, said he can go be the best player on his own team, and then he went to PSG, and Mbappe is better than him.
Injuries, bro.
He's not the best player on the team.
He's the most important.
So
player.
you went from being in Messi's shadow to being in Mbappe's shadow.
Neymar's not in Mbappe's shadow.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. People talk about him all the time.
Mbappe to me is still better than Neymar.
Neymar is the key to them, though. He's the key for the team.
Why
do you think Mbappe looking like a star? Neymar switched positions from left wing to center attack and mid has been feeding Mbappe goals. Yeah. Goals after goals after goals.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Neymar is absolutely brilliant.
You think Mbappe is better than him?
I do think Mbappe is better. I do.
That's wild. I want to ask Mbappe to take a free kick and score one.
He's not. Certainly not.
I want to ask Mbappe to take a PK and score one. Hasn't been doing that either.
Well, Neymar takes all our PKs.
Yeah, he's the better fucking player. Neymar's better than him.
I don't agree.
Okay.
He may be better at more things.
Do you think he's more valuable?
Like Cristiano Ronaldo against Messi, is he a better header of the ball? Yes. Is he stronger? Yes. Is he faster? Yes. Like all this shit, but he's not actually better. Messi's much better at the two most important things.
Why is Mbappe better?
Scoring and passing.
Mbappe's better than Neymar because he can score better.
Yeah, he's a better finisher for sure.
I would say
absolutely is a better finisher.
Neymar has way less games. He's not that far behind.
There's something about Mbappe that his presence alone is terrifying.
He's good.
Just by virtue of him making a run, opens up so much space for Neymar in a way that doesn't happen vice versa. Off the ball, that's the thing I think that gets discounted so much.
Off the ball,
people don't realize there are 93 minutes in a soccer game usually with like stoppage time or something like that. Mm-hmm. If you had the ball a lot during a soccer game, you had it for 2 minutes.
Pretty much.
During that entire time. Yeah. So the whole rest of the 91 minutes, you don't have the ball. Yeah. But people always focus on those 2 minutes as if that's a summation of yourself as a player. The other 91 minutes that Neymar or that Mbappe doesn't have the ball compared to Neymar, he's a better player than Neymar. Uh-huh. Those 2 minutes where they have the ball, Neymar's better.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give it to you. I like Neymar.
What's your prediction, bro?
I like PSG 3-2.
Oh, that'd be a cracker.
After watching,
I'd like that.
After watching a lot of the games, I would say it might be like 3-2. They easily beat the Lyon or whatever. Not Lyon.
No, Leipzig.
They easily beat Leipzig. They were looking really, really good. Like everything was kind of clicking for them. They've been playing a lot of games, in a row because their league was canceled way before all the other leagues.
Yeah.
They look good to me, man. Before watching the semis and all the other games, I would say Bayern definitely.
Yeah. I think Bayern's a better team.
What you thinking?
I think PSG is the best player. They have the best two players.
Yeah.
I think, and I think that matters.
Yeah.
In decisive moments.
And Marquinhos is in the top.
Yeah,
7.
He's a good player.
Of like all the players combined.
I like Marquinhos for sure.
He's good.
He's very solid.
I'm wondering who's going to be the center back to pair with Thiago. I wonder who they're going to put in that spot because it's a big game. I don't want to think too much about it.
Carrere.
Nah, he didn't play last 2 games though. He
did. He started.
Who's the other dude?
He started.
It's not Kimpembe though.
Presnell. No, it was Carrere. He played.
Was it? I'll look it up. Do you think who you got in the game?
As far as the scoreline?
Yeah, just who you think's gonna win? It could go a couple ways.
It could, man. I have a real hard time picking this one, but I think this is Bayern's year.
Yeah, you think they're just looking way too good?
I think this might be Bayern's year. They have a nice mix of experience and youth, athleticism and technique. Across the board, they're solid positionally. Tactically, they're very astute.
Yeah.
They appear to be a complete team without any real holes. And I think that matters. And I think that really matters.
They're definitely a complete team, dude, to be honest with you. They have so many players that are like they're deep. They have like 16
Dude,
guys.
their bench could have beat Barcelona 5-1.
They're good, man.
They're bringing Koeman off the bench. You know what I mean? They're all their bench dudes are good. Tolisso.
It's also like it's a kind of unfair, I would say. Like this year is a little off because of like the pandemic. It's unfair because they started playing like I want to say May 8, like not too far after March, like when shit shut down.
They started before everybody. Because Germany got that coronavirus, their shit together real quick.
Yeah, they had a lot of cases, but no one was dying like that though. They didn't have a lot of deaths. But here's the thing though, so like the German soccer was like the first thing sports wise, I think, on TV.
Yeah,
I think there absolutely
was.
I think it was the first sport event that was on TV.
Yep.
Besides, I think they might have had
like cornhole and shit like that, but nobody gives a fuck.
And I think they had like that golf shit maybe once. That was a charity thing.
Yeah.
And maybe an MMA fight.
Fucking Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods shit.
Maybe an MMA fight, I think, and then also maybe like
But none of those things that you just described are actual sports. Besides MMA, golf is not a sport.
Yeah.
Fucking, what is it? Cornhole is not a sport.
Yeah.
If there's no defense, it's not a sport.
That's what I say.
Track and field is not a sport.
No,
swimming is not a sport.
Not track and field is a sport.
No, by definition of a sport.
You gotta be fast as fuck.
You can be athletic. It can be an athletic competition and not be a sport.
So you're saying competition, sport?
They're different.
Okay, I can rock with that. I can rock with
For it to be a sport, there has to be a defense.
I can rock with that.
I have to be able to affect what you do for it to be a sport.
Oh, yeah. Kimpembe started in the games. He's probably going to start in this game, too.
Presnell.
Yeah.
Did they play Carrera right back then? Because I saw his ass out there. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Because he's not even that pacey.
Not really.
Honestly, I don't even really rate Carrera that highly at this point in his career.
They probably won't play.
He's still young.
Yeah, he played right back.
Yeah, okay.
But Kimpembe was
Gotcha.
Burn that.
They missed Danny Alves.
Yeah, they haven't been able to find like a really good right back. But
shit, you can have Sergio Roberto, bro.
Yeah,
take him.
I will say it's gonna be an interesting game, man. I just think I believe in Neymar, bro. I believe he's just gonna come through for PSG, bro.
Dude, that's what it comes down to.
He's a big time player.
Are you gonna believe? Are you gonna bet on like the biggest players come through in the biggest moments?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna bet that like the best team
prevails? The shit that I know, Mbappe comes through in huge games, and so does Neymar.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva plays well in big games, and Marquinhos plays well in really good games.
Now Neymar doesn't always play well in big games. I gotta say that.
What game did he not play well?
Point of aside, he played really bad when they got knocked out of the Champions League last year when he was at PSG. His last year at Barcelona, he did not play well when we got smashed out against Roma. He played okay. No, he played very poorly.
I watched it. I mean, you're a hater though. You don't like Neymar.
No, I do like Neymar.
Do you?
Yeah, I like
Did you like him when he was on Barca? I feel like you didn't.
Yeah, I just didn't like that he thought he was better than Messi. And
I mean, he definitely was.
And the fucking over dribbling shit pisses me off sometimes too. With
y'all were playing a different way.
Yeah. But he's still one of the 5 best players in the world, and there's no disputing it. Yeah, he's as far as talent goes.
If he just needs to stay on the field. If he's healthy, he plays well.
Yeah, he's a good player, but dude, you should have seen that sitter that he missed against.
I saw that. That was wild.
And then he missed another one against Leipzig.
Hey, look, I will say, people,
I count more on Mbappe than
people
Neymar
fuck up
big moments.
But
Mbappe in the World Cup was impressive.
Yeah.
Neymar in the World Cup,
He didn't like it.
He wasn't even the best player in Brazil.
Didn't he break his back?
Coutinho played better than him.
Coutinho.
And Neymar has never done anything for Brazil. Ever, ever, ever. What has he won? Fucking Confederations Cup?
An Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, you know who was on that team?
Bunch of 23-year-olds.
Ronaldinho.
No.
Yeah,
What?
as a
No.
28-year-old
No,
player.
no.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. They put him on the Olympic
You're thinking
team.
about something else.
No, I'm not. They put him on the Olympic team with you could only have 3
No.
over 23 players.
Neymar was older than 23, and he beat Germany in the final. Yeah, after when Germany destroyed them.
I was thinking about earlier.
I mean, all those kids were young, but he looked really good in that. He played.
So yeah, that's your best performance.
That's not his best performance ever.
U23 tournament. Like,
Ask him about that. Ask Barcelona how they feel about him in that PSG game.
The remontada. That was his best performance.
He played well.
That was his best performance. But people forget before the last 10 minutes of the game, he didn't really have a great game. You know,
tomato, bro.
But
I believe
ultimately,
in those
you taking PSG.
I like PSG 3-2.
I'm taking Bayern.
Yeah.
And then we'll be on to next season where we can.
Which starts pretty fast too.
Spend a year agonizing over Barcelona's new coach and
but y'all about to
all the players that we're gonna buy and put them in positions that they don't play.
Yeah, you're not gonna buy anybody though. Nobody has any. Does anybody have any money?
We're gonna buy Koulibaly and put him as striker, and then we're gonna buy Lukaku and put him in goal.
That's when this transfer season is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting because a lot of dudes are moving, and a lot of teams don't have money to afford the players that
this
they have.
coronavirus has really
Fucked
deflated the world economy.
Yeah, it's really bad for a lot of countries. It's I don't know, man. This shit is crazy. I like it though.
And Spain had a financial crisis before the coronavirus.
Yeah, they did.
But that affects mid-table teams and lower table teams more than it does a team like Barcelona, who they make money hand over fist.
I will say this. This is a big thing. This is a Farmers League final. Some might say.
No.
League One.
Bundesliga.
People always say it's shit.
Straight. League One is trash.
Bundesliga is okay.
League One is trash.
What are the
top?
The top leagues. We know the top leagues. Where's England at? The Spain teams got fucking flattened.
I see you rate the Premier League so much higher than I do.
They're not good. They're not good to me.
I'd take Spain,
Here's the thing
Italy, Germany, then the Premier League.
Nah, that's crazy.
No, you're right. The Premier League's above the Bundesliga.
Premier League is like probably two.
Premier League's
better than Italy. But here's the thing with the Premier League, right? We know all the teams, but it's like the top 2 teams are really good.
Yeah.
Everybody else fucking blows. Everybody else who plays other teams from other leagues get their shit blown off. And whoever's like the top 2 are usually very fucking good, and they have great chances of winning. It just hasn't been so like recently, but they always have all this money, and we love the Premier League because they speak English. Yeah. That's pretty much the biggest reason why they're so
highly rated.
But if Wolves plays fucking Real Sociedad or Lyon, even if Wolves plays Lyon is whipping their fucking ass. Lyon is 7th in fucking France.
Nah. Lyon got fucking lucky, bro. This is what happens when they took away the second leg shit. They got lucky.
So say fuck the name.
Anyone can go on a hot run when it's a single elimination tournament.
The 7th best team.
It's like some March Madness shit.
The 7th best team in Italy is going to be the 7th best team in England. And I believe that.
No.
Because
there are 7 actual good teams in England. There aren't 7 good teams in Italy.
I don't even think there's 7 good teams in England.
Yeah.
Arsenal is 8th, bro.
Exactly. That's my point.
They fucking suck. They're a big name.
They had to hire Arteta, bro.
We got to get rid of these names. They started playing
much better soccer once they hired Arteta.
Everybody's thinking about these names that you know, but the teams aren't good.
They are. Arsenal is better than Lyon.
They're not.
Lyon finished 7th in a fucking shitty league, Terry. They're not a good soccer team. They got lucky for fucking one game. It's a single elimination.
All I can say is they beat the 2nd best team.
When Coastal Carolina makes it to the Elite 8, do you really think that they're one of the best 8 teams in the?
Hey, they made it.
Get the fuck out of here. This is ridiculous.
They made it.
I won't.
They're hooping.
I won't acknowledge this anymore. Speaking of hooping, the NBA draft lottery was last night, and the slots have been announced. Your New York Knicks got a little favorable ball bounce, didn't they?
Alternate universe. This didn't happen last night.
Oh, so you guys don't have the number 8 pick?
Nope.
You have the number 1 pick.
Yep.
So who are you taking?
LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo?
Number 1.
Dude, that'd be like the most New York shit to trade
Hell
like
yeah.
3 first-round picks
Oh.
to move up to number 1 and take LaMelo.
You think we don't want
He's
him?
gonna be worse than Alonzo,
Bro.
and you're gonna trade up 3 picks to
You
take
think the
him?
Knicks don't want him? They want him.
Let me ask you a legitimate question, since
What?
you're so infatuated with LaMelo Ball.
You hate him for
What?
some reason.
When at this exact stage as a prospects coming out
Who,
of
Lonzo and LaMelo?
yeah, who would you
Lonzo.
rate higher at this same stage?
Lonzo.
Okay,
He's a better
is
prospect.
how is Lonzo playing in the NBA?
He's
He
okay.
fucking sucks, dude. He's
Bro.
horrible.
Your
He's
idea
horrible.
of people who are bad is
What?
like
Have you watched the bubble, dude?
crazy. He looked bad in the bubble,
God
yeah.
damn, he was
But
awful.
before the bubble, he was okay.
He was decent before the bubble. Decent, like approaching league average.
This is
He's
all-
the number 2 pick in a whole draft.
This is
Terry.
what I be saying.
Is this what success
This is
looks
what I
like to
say.
you?
This is what I say.
Mediocrity?
Forget where they got drafted at. Are they good or are they not good?
He's not
Does
that.
he need to be
he's not
where
good.
he wants to be?
No.
No.
Lonzo Ball is not good.
I don't
He's
care
not
if he
good at
was
basketball.
I don't care if you're the first round pick. If I can see within 20 games you're not going to be great, all right, I'm going to be like,
All right.
look, we need to take the
Okay.
pressure off this dude.
All right, but this is my
Let him
point,
do his
bro.
role.
Lonzo is better than LaMelo, and Lonzo isn't good
He was.
at the same point,
At
and
this
he is
point.
better than him now too. Lonzo's still better
LaMelo
than
is
LaMelo.
good.
LaMelo's playing against fucking scrubs in the Australian league, dude.
Who?
He didn't even play well.
Who is good?
He played shittily. He wasn't even one of the best players on his
You're
team.
faking hard. He was really good in Australia.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Oh
look
my
at his
God.
look at his shooting splits.
So what's
dude.
it say about the draft? So the draft sucks.
Gross inefficiency.
He's a top prospect in the draft. This draft sucks, right?
No, because that's what they said with the Giannis draft. They're like, this draft sucks, and who they take? Anthony Bennett number 1. They should have taken Giannis number 1.
Who was
CJ
good?
McCollum went number 10.
I don't even think they were in the
They
same
had
fucking draft.
Jokic is in the shit.
I don't even think they were in the same draft.
Who?
Giannis and Bennett. That was a different draft.
No, there wasn't. Who went number 1 that year? That Giannis went 15. I thought it was Anthony Bennett.
It was somebody else. It wasn't him. They are different. Bennett is before him.
But either way, people say this shit all the time. Like, this is a weak draft just because. Like,
No, I'm asking
it's weak at
you.
the top.
I think this draft is strong.
I'm saying I
Do
don't
you
know
think
who these
the draft is weak?
Yeah, everyone said this is a weak draft, but we won't know until we have the benefit of retrospect. What I will think is, I think there's probably a good bet that the best player out of this draft gets drafted in the late lottery or mid to late lottery instead of the number 1 pick.
Maybe.
I think there's a higher chance that a star goes in the 5 to 12 pick range than 1 through 4.
Well, I think the top 5 dudes are actually pretty good.
Nobody's
They're
like,
gonna be good.
no one's knocking my socks off, and I have tremendous questions about so many of them. Anthony Edwards,
You don't like him.
horrible
I
decision.
think he's ready for the league.
Absolutely horrible decision making.
Good combo guard.
Head scratcher. Defensively, can be completely lost at times.
True.
Tantalizing athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
Linebacker's body. He's strong, explosive.
Yeah.
All this other shit. Horrible shot selection. So he really worries me with his mentality and his approach to the game.
Mm-hmm.
After that, James Wiseman played like 3 games in college. Didn't play that well.
Shouldn't have even played.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have even played in any of the
Yeah,
games.
didn't look good to me. At any point, I would.
Nah, I don't
if
like
you
him.
didn't tell me that he was like the top prospect, I'd
I
never
don't-
look at this
I don't
person
like
and
him.
be like, "Oh, I want him on my team."
No,
It's a
I
big
don't-
question mark there.
I don't like
That
that.
LaMelo Ball, horrible defender,
Great player.
subpar shooter.
Great passer.
He's infatuated with his own game.
Great passer.
He's a terrific passer.
Great passer.
He'll come to the league and be one of the best 5 passers as a rookie.
Yeah.
He's a terrific
The
passer.
thing I like,
But he can't guard a graveyard and he can't shoot.
This is the difference.
And his
between-
handle is not that good either. LaMelo's.
This fucking guy.
His handle is not that nice, bro.
Yo, you're crazy.
I'm not, dude. You
Yo,
don't watch. You never
you're
watched
wild.
him. You clearly have never watched LaMelo.
I watched
play.
LaMelo since like the 9th grade. Because
Yeah,
I
playing
fucking love
fucking AAU scrub, dude.
He played.
He scored like 100 points in a high school game playing against a bunch of 5'8" white guys.
It was like
and you're gonna
70
say
something.
this fucking
We did it-
translates to a.
We did it for
playing-
cancer. You gonna knock cancer?
Yeah. You fucking cancer? What's wrong with you?
I'm saying he did it for cancer.
I did for I don't know.
You ain't do shit. What are you talking about?
He sucks.
Bro,
I don't
your
know.
definition of suck though. We can't just label somebody and say that they suck just because he's drafted number 1 and he doesn't become like a number 1 prospect. How many dudes who got drafted in the top 5 actually become all-stars?
This is stuck to me. If you get drafted in the lottery or top 10, you should be able to play on a championship team.
You already know,
if you can't play if you can't play 15 minutes a game on a championship team, you suck. And that was a waste of a fucking pick. Because what are we trying to do? We're trying to win a championship.
That's a good bar. I can take that bar, and I can also say that 1 through, what do you want to say, the whole lottery? 1 through 14? In the last, you can say, fucking 20 years, maybe 15 to 20% of them actually turn out to be good. Maybe 10% become all-stars, dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
the draft is a crapshoot. The draft is a crapshoot, but that doesn't mean these guys don't suck.
Everybody needs to
They got questions. I'm just saying.
Stop hyping these motherfuckers up. Just let them play. Right. Everybody's like, oh, he got drafted number 1. He has to be the greatest.
Another thing that, like you just mentioned, that hyping these guys up too much. Yeah. You see 2K released like player cards for these people who haven't been drafted yet.
Oh, what?
So you can get a fucking Sapphire LaMelo Ball who's not in the league and he's better than James Harden. This shit is fucking ridiculous and it needs to stop. These guys haven't played a single minute in the NBA. We have no idea how good they are. Yeah. There shouldn't be 95 overall Anthony Edwards cards on a fucking video game.
Yeah,
he's gonna suck dick.
Give Lonzo some time; he'll be all right. LaMelo, I think, is gonna be good.
So that's questions right there.
It also depends on where you go. You got to go to like the right team.
And and if you go to a losing culture, then you're probably gonna suck too.
Are we gonna say there's no definitive number 1 though? There's no definitive like, oh, this dude blows my socks off. Like
Anthony
head and shoulders above
Anthony
everybody.
Edwards has been the consensus number 1 pick.
See, when you say shit like that, I'm like, nah, he ain't that good. I've seen him play. He's good, but he is not head and shoulders better than any of these other guys.
No, it's just his athleticism.
I like the dude from Dayton. I like Obi Toppin.
I like Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin. He's pretty fucking good.
Obi Toppin to me reminds me a lot of John Collins. Yeah, I see a lot of John Collins in his game.
Oh,
he's a bouncy athletic dude who looks like he could turn into an offensive force.
And a PSA, bro. Please, what's Anthony's son's name?
Cole Anthony.
Do not draft this motherfucker in the first round.
He's going to the lottery.
He's short.
He's going to the lottery.
He is short. I saw him play against Winston-Salem State, and they were fucking him. They were crossing his ass up. He couldn't get any shots off. They're all long and athletic, so he couldn't get no shots off.
He had a really bad year. He should have gone back to college.
He played okay.
Actually, I don't know why I said that. He should not go back to college.
Get that
anytime that you can get if you're going to get drafted in the lottery, go. Don't ever go back to college.
I propose this.
But it might be better for him.
This is what I propose, though. If there aren't any players that are good, no draft.
Fuck them.
Go back to college. If you want to draft somebody, draft them.
What if you could opt out of drafting and instead got cap space?
Yes.
Like you could whatever the slot was for that person.
Yeah.
Like for the what is the number 3 pick gets paid like $8 million or something like that. You could opt out of drafting this year and get $8 million in cap space to spend on free agents. That's a fucking great idea.
We figured it out. I'm telling you, if they suck, I shouldn't have to draft someone just because they're there. Well, looks like that. No.
Looks like I might as well take Andrew Harrison.
I'm gonna do the Patriots thing. Yeah, we're gonna trade
back. Yeah, we're gonna keep trading.
To trade down. I'm trading down. Down. No drafts.
I'm with you.
Come on, bro. Why do I have to draft these motherfuckers? He's like so many deficiencies. His positives are like this. His weakness list is fucking longer than a book.
I don't understand also like all the hype. I feel like this actually might be a really interesting draft in a way that like there's going to be a lot less groupthink. Yeah. Usually guys are all talking to each other. Everyone has the same big board.
Yeah.
But with coronavirus, like you can't sit there.
Yeah, you can't.
Everyone has to do their own individual evaluations.
Yep.
And I think like
which is unfair for some of you college guys. It kind of sucks there was no March Madness for someone to go up, but. I want to see these GMs do their fucking job.
I think they're going to be like, it's not going to be a set, you know, usually like we know who the top 10 players are going to be drafted. I don't think it's going to be like this year. I think we're going to get some surprises, bro.
Yeah. It's so weird because it's a weird year. It's not going to be like there's no Duke guy. besides that left-handed power forward or whatever the fuck. There's no like Duke dude that's like really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's real strange.
They got Trey Jones.
He's okay. He's short.
He's
though.
a good player.
He's short.
Yeah.
His brother's short too. His brother's decently good, but they ain't doing shit. It's strange for me because there's no Duke guy good. Anthony Cole is he's okay.
Cole Anthony.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
So who would you take number? You would take LaMelo.
If I had to
If the
take
Knicks
somebody,
had the number 1 pick.
with the Knicks, I would go LaMelo because we need like a ball handler that's actually decent. But if I was just a team going number 1, I think I would go Obi Toppin probably.
Yeah.
For me.
And what if you were the Warriors at 2?
I would get LaMelo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not have?
How's that gonna fit?
Why not have somebody that?
I think I agree with you though.
He doesn't have a lack of
I think I
confidence.
would take LaMelo
Yeah.
as well in that position.
Look,
although Avija is interesting there as well.
he's okay. This is what I say. There are no like knockdown shooters like out of all the guys that are on the top. If you want to get somebody that's not playmaker, like he would fit in with the Warriors system because he can pass, and I think his IQ for passing is good.
Yeah,
Like, he takes too many shots.
Terrific. He'd be the best player on their.
But
or the best passer on their team.
if you put somebody like him, change his whole mentality about the game.
Yeah.
Turn him into a dude
Put him
that
in
just
a
passes
good
and
system,
shit.
like a winning culture, he could actually have a chance at being a good player.
He's 6'8", he gets to play with them. He'll shoot wide open threes and not like tough one-on-one.
Did you
James
say
Harden
he's
contested.
6'8"?
He is 6'8".
He's 6'5", Terry.
LaMelo Ball's 6'8".
He's 6'5", bro.
Look it up.
You're fucking ridiculous, man. It's embarrassing.
How do you not know that?
It's
He's
starting
6'8"?
to get to the
You
point
just
where it's
passed him.
embarrassing.
There he is.
See, what does it say, Terry?
6'7".
Is that with shoes on?
I don't know.
Yes, all their heights are with shoes on.
Yeah,
they are.
He's 6'8".
No, he's not. He's 6'5".
He's
bro.
tall as shit.
He's 6'5".
Why are you faking on him? 6'7" with the shoes.
I'd take Killian Hayes number 1.
I don't even know what that
In a-
is.
in
to
a
be honest with
vacuum.
you. Who is that?
He played overseas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a lot of James Harden.
There's another dude that played in the Australian league that's good too.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
forget. He opted out of going to college and shit.
He's nice.
Oh, Killian Hayes.
Who do you play for?
Some team in France.
6'5".
But when I watched like snippets of some of his game and shit, like Draft Express stuff, he has a lot of like James Harden-esque movements.
Word?
With
He's
like
pretty good.
the isolation game, the like between the legs step back.
Yeah.
Good passer, 3-level scorer who can finish in around the rim, draws fouls, and also is, can shoot threes off the bounce at a relatively decent clip. I think he probably has the highest upside.
You think so?
And,
yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm picking number 1, you got to swing for the fences. You don't waste a number 1 pick on a rotation player.
True.
So that's who I would take. As far as the Warriors go,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
who
think-
they're gonna pick, man.
I think Tyrese Halliburton would be a really good fit for them.
I like him.
He's the best shooter in college this year.
I like him.
He's has enough size that he can play 1 or 2 as a combo, and he's a decent passer and a good ball handler.
Yeah.
He's somebody who could make them that much more dangerous with another person who could dribble, pass, and shoot in the Warriors' offense. This other foreign guy, Denny Avija, is being rumored to go number 1 or number 2 as well.
Really? Yeah.
He's like what we were talking about earlier, like another Danilo Gallinari, Tony Kukoc type.
Okay.
6'10" dude who's a nice handle, you know what I'm saying, a good jump shot. He can be a point forward, you know what I mean, in that type of moment. So he's an intriguing player as well, I would say.
It's real interesting. It's going to be funny because the Knicks have the 8th pick, and I just don't know who the fuck, like, it's just going to be one of those garbage drafts, bro.
We'll see.
It's real weird.
That's what they always say, you know, until CJ McCollum goes 10 and Giannis goes 15,
Yeah,
and they,
true.
you know, they said it's garbage because nobody was good in the top 10.
I like 4 dudes. I mean, ultimately, it's like all of these guys are good at basketball, right? It's up to the coaches. No, it's up to the coaches. Up to the coaches.
Right.
It's up to the coaches to train these dudes up and make them like the top of their ability, bro.
No. It's up to the players
No, it ain't.
No.
Sometimes
Terry,
it's not.
No. Nobody owes you anything
Bro,
in this world, Terry.
The coaches got to be nice, bro.
You're not owed nothing.
You got to
if
work.
If you want something, you got to go out there and get it. The only important motivation is self-motivation.
A lot of
if you don't have it, you're not gonna be a great player.
These coddled ass.
You don't need a
These
coach.
coddled ass motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. A lot of these guys ain't got no work ethic. You have to fucking beat that shit into them when they get there.
Bro, we need to start drafting like more raw dudes out of Africa, like Pascal Siakam and Giannis and shit like that. And the dude who went to the Pistons last year. Because all these motherfuckers be working.
Ask Detroit how that worked.
Good. Sekou Naboya, they're very happy with that.
He's okay.
He's good. He's the most promising player on the entire Pistons roster. Are you kidding me?
He sucks.
He sucks. But like, dude, if you're coming from a third world country and then you get into the NBA, like, we're not gonna question your work ethic.
Joel Embiid. We question his work ethic.
That's a decent compliment.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the best African of all time.
Yeah, but that motherfucker is
just my bad.
He's just too big for his own good.
Fucking.
Still my favorite player. I love you, Joel.
It's ridiculous. He scored 0 points in a game. Anyways, I don't want to kill him.
Yeah. No, but it's deserving.
Yeah.
It's deserving. You have the potential to be the best player in the league. When you're engaged, you're an absolute menace. There's no excuse to have 0 points in the game.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
I like your take on the whole, it's up to the player to do his shit. But I think I put a lot on coaches. Like, if Giannis went to certain teams, I don't think he would be this fucking good.
Oh, yeah, because Jason Kidd was such a good coach.
But he taught him different skills than what fucking Budenholzer is teaching him now. It's very different.
I'm not sure.
He put him in different situations.
I'm not sure Jason Kidd taught him much of anything, to be completely honest here. And you can see how much better the team got as soon as they got a regular coach.
So
I don't even think Bud is that good of a coach. I really don't. I think he's like a league average coach, or maybe above average.
But can we agree that if certain players go to the Knicks, they wouldn't be?
Yeah, I mean,
if they go,
fit is half of everything, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Anyone who goes to the Cavs is gonna suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone who goes to the Bulls right now is going to suck. Yeah. Because the fish rots from the head down. Anyone who goes to the Knicks, you'd have to be a transcendent type of player to.
That's that's the only reason why I think it's up to the organization to make the dude top out at his potential.
And that's what I was saying about Cole Anthony. This could be a benefit for him following the lottery to a team that has a more established culture.
Yeah. I hope
and players that are actually used to success.
It's kind of projected.
And going to a team like the Cavs or something like that, where no one on their entire roster has ever won anything. They have no winning habits, and now you start your career ingraining bad habits. That'll probably stay with you and prevent you from being a contributor to an actual good team later down the road.
That's definitely right. I don't know. I mean, I really want LaMelo Ball to go to fucking Charlotte. We live in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He's the only dude.
I'd like him to go to Charlotte.
He's the only dude that has star power.
I'd like him
Charlotte just needs someone
star power.
That's a star. I feel like Charlotte is so fucking boring that if LeBron played for the Hornets, ESPN would be like, I'm good off that.
Bro,
LeBron's washed.
Who came out this year who played 4 years in college in the ACC?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because that's who Charlotte's taking. Does Luke May have a younger brother or something like that?
Fucking Jordan, man, he loves doing that shit.
He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. He does it every year.
He loves doing that shit. Please take LaMelo, bro. Don't have any hate on LeVar. Please, Charlotte, get a star. I don't want any of these other motherfuckers. I want LaMelo Ball in Charlotte.
They're gonna take Isaac Okoro, number 3, and turn him into the next Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Bro, it's funny though because I've been talking to some of my coworkers or whatever. They're actually excited about Charlotte getting LaMelo. They want a star. They don't like any of these other motherfuckers.
I live in Charlotte. Let me
what
tell
they've
you.
been talking about?
Nothing. They haven't. Nobody gives a fuck about the Hornets.
Well, I live in Raleigh, so
and LaMelo Ball sucks.
At least people know him though. You know what I'm saying? Like they've known him. He's a big name.
That's how you like really fuck your franchise up when you start making decisions based on like filling the stadium with fans. And,
I get it,
shit like that.
But I mean,
take the best player that's going to help your team. Don't take somebody just because they're box office.
No, some organizations need
shit like that.
Charlotte is so fucking bad that I would.
You know how you get fans to come to the games?
Charlotte out of North Carolina. That's how bad they are.
Fucking win.
Duh.
Once you guys start winning, then the fans will come to the games. Don't try to reverse engineer it and say, we're going to get a player that makes fans go to the games.
What are we going to get?
And then because of that, we're going to win. No, get a player that helps you win.
That's true.
And then once you win, people will come.
That's true. I get it. But I would rather have a star than be the Spurs.
Spurs have been in the playoffs like 25 years in a row.
I don't like any of their players, though. I don't give a fuck. I'm not interested in watching them because they've never had like someone that was like. I mean, I won't say Spurs. I kind of like Tim Duncan. I'd say like a middle team, like Pacers.
The Hawks.
No, like the Pacers. No, yeah, I mean the Hawks a little bit, but like the Pacers or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're like the 4, 5, 6 team, always going to the playoffs and winning.
No, I understand.
The stadium is getting filled,
right?
but you don't have anybody that I want to watch. That's exciting.
Listen, I understand you say that, and nobody wants to be on the treadmill of mediocrity where like you're not going to be able to really get any better and win a championship. I would rather
Because
you've maxed out like the flexibility you have with your roster and your assets and shit like that. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I like being a Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're fucking suck, but people always talk about us because we're so fucking like horrible.
Trash.
I don't want to be just like you're saying like a hamster in a fucking treadmill. Just
right. But take this or listen to this at least. Even though it sucks to be the hamster in the treadmill on the 5 seed or whatever, it's so much better than watching a rebuilding team that sucks. And ask the Timberwolves, ask the Kings, ask the Bulls. Dude, these people think like when you blow it up, it's going to be a 3-year rebuild. You might not be back to the playoffs for 15 years.
Well, what's
you know what I mean?
What's the kind of important thing when your team is rebuilding? There's somebody you like to watch that's young and really fucking good. Yeah. You're not like, oh yeah, all these guys play really well together. They're all getting 15 and we're looking pretty good. Yeah. You're like, oh, this dude's getting 35 a game. Atlanta likes Trae Young. Yeah. If Atlanta goes to the playoffs, it's gonna be this is a different Atlanta.
But to my point, we drafted Trae Young because he's like a fit for the city of Atlanta box office. No. We should have took Doncic, who's the better player, and you don't do things to appease fans.
Are we gonna see Luka do things? We want to see Luka in Magic City. Is Luka gonna be at Magic City?
Yeah. Dude, Luka is that guy. Luka's funny as fuck.
Nah, I just fucking. But I like Trae Young though. Like this is a different Atlanta, bro. It's a different Atlanta team.
But imagine if we had fucking Luka.
You wouldn't make the playoffs still, but you'd be all right.
It'd be better than we are currently.
You know what's funny though? I don't even know if he went to Atlanta. I think he wouldn't even be that good.
Nah, bro.
Who's the coach?
Lloyd Pierce.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be that good. Or him. I don't know if he would be as good as he is.
He's only like the youngest EuroLeague MVP in history.
No, I'm saying Lloyd Pierce versus Rick Carlisle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's
Rick
what I'm
Carlisle
talking
is a much better coach.
That's the shit I'm talking about, though. Like, I don't know if he would give him like
And also look at the roster construction for Dallas. They're a much older team than Atlanta. Who's like I think they have the youngest average age of any team in the league. You know what I mean? He's surrounded by veterans who like know what to do instead of surrounded by guys like fucking Cam Reddish.
But you're that's what I'm saying. Your acquisitions. You drafted Cam. I like Cam. I do. But he kind of fucking sucked. You drafted Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter. Same fucking position.
Where do you think Cam Reddish would go in this draft? Would he go number 1?
After a season at Duke? Probably. Yeah, he played decently. He'd be talked about within those guys. I don't think he would go number 1. He's good though. But I'm saying though, Dallas went out there and got a Porzingis for fucking Luka. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dallas got shooters to surround Luka. Yeah. They got rid of Dennis Smith Jr., who was actually looking okay in Dallas until he wasn't.
Because they accelerated their timeline by drafting a generational talent instead of getting somebody to try to fill the fucking seats for. You don't look short term in this type of stuff.
Look at your acquisitions. I'm saying I would like organizations that help their players. You got Clint Capella.
We did.
I mean, come on, bro. Clint, Porzingis, I like Clint. But Porzingis
I
is
can't wait to see Clint out there because we were playing 32 minutes of Alex Len before we
I
got
know,
to play
I know.
Capella.
I'm just-
Who
ain't going to win you no
Who else?
championships.
Who else is our fucking backup center?
I
The
don't.
Jones kid who came over from
Don't y'all got
Golden
Marshall Plumlee?
State.
Y'all got Marshall Plumlee
We
on your
cut
fucking
him.
team?
We had Miles Plumlee. We cut his ass. Or trade him to Phoenix or something. I don't even remember.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm excited for Atlanta, but Clint Capella compared to like the dudes that Dallas is just a better organization.
We just need somebody who's like an average NBA player. at
Yeah, I
center.
know.
We were like, we just need
But-
somebody who doesn't suck ass.
I totally understand why Atlanta got Trae Young. I get it, and I like it. I really do like it, and people love that motherfucker. You like him.
But that's not important.
I get it, but
the
when
reason
you know-
you get paid the big bucks is
I know.
to make hard decisions. If anyone can go out here and take a fucking fan poll and do whatever the fans want to do and appease the fans. That's not what your job is for.
But there's a thing like
you have a responsibility.
in those certain cities, like a Charlotte, like an Atlanta, like a what do I want to say, like a fucking.
I
maybe
know
like
what
an
you're saying.
Orlando.
I know what you're saying.
Like they need that to be relevant because they know the fans really don't give a fuck if the team makes the playoffs like that.
Not if they make the playoffs with a bunch of dudes who are like not going anywhere.
Yeah,
But-
like average dudes.
But you know what I mean? You take a swing and you make the playoffs with a dude
Yeah.
on the upswing.
Maybe.
You know?
I don't know. That's how I feel. We just
I think we're just a philosophical difference on this one.
man, yin and yang type shit. It just we live in the state and you really don't hear.
I got dibs on yin.
and
And it's fucking yin and yang, you idiot.
What I say?
Yin and yang.
Is yin and yang?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is yin. My bad. But you know what I'm saying? Like we live in this state and people don't talk about the Hornets. And the Panthers were good in the early 2000s. We didn't really talk about them that much. We would have liked it if they won, but there wasn't no huge star.
No,
Cam
I
Newton.
understand. I
We
understand
love
what you're
fucking
saying.
Cam Newton. We love Luke Kuechly. We love
But
McCaffrey.
the reason you love Cam Newton is because he was going 15-1 and taking him to the playoffs.
Bro, he's
When
a
he was-
star though.
But nobody was caping here for Cam when he was out here going fucking 6-9 and missing
Yeah,
the
they
playoffs
suck.
and benching him for Kyle Allen and whoever the other white dude is, Will Greer or whatever his fucking name
I
is.
get it. I think you need a star if your team is just treading water.
I think that you don't need to manufacture one just for the sake of filling seats.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I agree. You definitely need a star, but like,
Yeah.
that's the whole NBA. It's a business of collecting stars and
Yeah.
surrounding with complementary pieces.
I mean,
That's the whole game.
there's
If-
only like 4 or 5.
If you don't have 2 stars on your team, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you ain't doing shit.
And not in this climate. And you better hope you have 3.
Yeah.
Well,
But hey, man.
well, hopefully the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks can get one of these stars in the upcoming draft. Now the order's been set. I think that's about all we got for this episode.
Yeah, man.
Thank you all very much for tuning in. Please check out our article or my articles on the NBA's best and worst nicknames.
Good name. So
On
where do I see it at?
www.thehLSpod.com. We're going to have clips and snippets going up on our YouTube page as well.
Yep,
So
yep.
please make sure to subscribe to the Habitual Line Steppers on YouTube as well. Every little like and click helps us
Definitely does.
immensely.
And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're far too kind.
We out.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.